This week on Burnout, the ultimate drag race challenge. Both teams head to Vegas to hang with Clay and meet funny car driver Cruz Petragon.
You can do it.
While the struggle to balance the build and school begins. Previously on Burnout.
I'm here today for a challenge for you. Are y'all ready for it?
Yeah! It felt like a nightmare. Oh my God, what did I just do?
We just lost our second challenge in a row.
Blue team, you get the 10-hour penalty.
We're gonna take this penalty hit and we're gonna use this time wisely. Y'all with me? Yeah! Let's do this!
I'm probably one of the smartest people in the school. These little pins, these SOC pins, I hang out with all the guys that have the most.
We shouldn't have been given a car that was messed up in the first place.
Well, you got two options, obviously. You can stick with this one and straighten it out. It won't cost you nothing, but if you go to a new one, it's gonna cost you 5 hours.
We did the work to go find us one. We did the work to find out that the original one was messed up. Take the time off the clock, whatever you want to do, we're still gonna win. It don't matter.
We got auto parts and auto accessories.
We're excited to see boxes. It actually felt like we're ready to do stuff.
Now that we actually have parts, you just gotta be organized. You have to build it in a certain sequence, and there's certain things you can't do, even though like, oh, I got the parts to do this, so what?
Plastic connector over the front and rear subframe.
Those two rails that we got, it's just frame bracing. Nothing just slides onto this car, so Big John made some extreme modifications. With a little banging and grinding, anything fits perfect. Ow! Bastard! That's why you wear safety glasses. Boom.
Well, James was wielding death sparks, Quincy and Darren were gutting the rear end.
Bleed for me.
Then we ran into the bolt from hell.
Bolting this here brake line don't want to come out the caliper. Me and Chris were just, yeah, but it won't break loose. No, it's just a stubborn-ass bolt, you know, a car that's over 10 years old, that's what happens. All you have to do is just give it as much as you've got. You have to swear and curse at it. When you give it that one little, that bolt requires that. Those kind of bolts don't let go unless you hurt yourself.
Every time a delivery truck shows up, I'm always there to stalk the driver to see if any parts came in.
Got anything on this truck for the blue team? What's that?
It's pretty frustrating, but it's better than spending time with a team that's officially spinning its wheels.
Hell yeah!
These 8-hour meetings after school are getting pretty old.
You know what we should be doing? Is ordering parts. The red team just got a truck full of Summit parts in, and yet we have nothing. What? Because I was going to come in here and yell at our parts orderer guy, but he took off.
Red team's starting to get some parts. Brian keeps saying he's ordered stuff, but nothing showed up yet. Starting to doubt maybe choosing him as a parts guy.
If Brian was ordering parts for our team, I would make sure squared away, or I'd square him away.
Now's my chance. Yell, yell, punish, demand, parts.
I'm not worried about it. We have more parts coming than Red Team. It's fine by me, you know, if they get parts before us, they're gonna need all the help they can get.
Things aren't so bad. I checked with receiving.
One thing.
One thing? We got one part.
That's it so far.
Unfortunately, it's for our engine, which is still at the machine shop. Guess you gotta start somewhere.
Right now, with the whole build and everything, there's really nothing going into it.
Who has not flow tested their heads? Which would be everybody in the class.
Justine is finding that being a technician isn't just turning a wrench.
Once you're signed in, go to lab.
Justine is adjusting to the schedule.
Yeah, I'm definitely tired, just like thinking like about everything.
We're all basically in the same boat.
We go to school for 8 hours and then we go into the shop for 8 hours without any parts or anything, nothing to do. People are kind of starting to think it's a waste of time.
My end phase test, I definitely bombed. I was not happy about that.
I tell everybody on his team, school comes first. If she needs some time off to study, she can have it.
If I end up bombing again, I can't keep going.
I got a whole bunch of stuff ordered with Summit, so we're gonna be starting to get busy. It's gonna be a good time.
Finally.
I was just trying to give Justine a little pep talk, not to worry about the parts situation, because we got parts coming in.
You can do it.
Justine and I are on separate sides of the lab. Everybody's building their engines and checking these clearances. I think she was turning something on the engine over, so you got this huge wrench. I just heard a big bang, and I looked over, and...
When I dropped my wrench, when I wasn't paying attention, hazards of lack of sleep. Thank God for steel-toe boots, though.
And she's as red as the red team.
Coming up next on Burnout.
None of these 6 cars start. These teams will go to a car, diagnose the problem. Winners of this challenge will receive an additional 10 hours to work on their cars. Come on, move! The losers, -10.
It's time to see who's got the brains with our third challenge.
Yo, teams! Welcome to UTI's Diagnostic Lab. UTI has 20 half cars. Today, we're going to be using 6. None of these 6 cars start. Crew chiefs, it will be your job to split your team into groups of 3. You will not be able to assist the teams in any way.
I'm not a stand around and watch kind of guy. I'm a get in there and do kind of guy.
These teams will go to a car, diagnose the problem.
Electrical is not my forte.
Once the cars have been diagnosed and running, close the hoods. Once all 3 cars are running, crew chiefs, you will then dive into this bucket of tools. You will assemble them on the board. Remember the dreaded crescent wrench? We're going to give you a head start. We're going to have the first one on the board. Winners of this challenge will receive an additional 10 hours to work on their car. The losers, -10.
We really want to win this, more for team morale than time on the clock.
We've lost 2. I don't think we can really afford to lose any more time.
And as a very special added bonus, both teams will come with me to the Las Vegas Nationals. You will get to hang out in my pit and watch my team assemble my car for qualifying for the NHRA race.
This is the first challenge where we're going to be like intellectually engaged. Red team, they're going to be beating the car with their hands and, you know, they're knuckle dragging apes. They're just not going to get it.
1, 2, 3.
And I'm thinking, easy.
Our team
John.
meshes pretty well. When I see the blue team, they seem like they have conflicting interests. They're not like this. No feng shui.
Gentlemen, make these engines start. Go!
To diagnose these cars, you just use your basic thought processes. Fuel, air, and spark are the main 3 things you need to make an internal combustion engine run. So you figure out which one of those the car's not getting, and then figure out how to make it work.
I hate standing out here on the outside edge not knowing what's going on.
Even though electrics ain't my strong, I'd rather be in there suggesting ideas. Hey, did you check this? Hey, did you check that?
Y'all do know the motor's on this side of the hood, right?
Yes, sir.
Wrong damn panel.
I think a lot of people overthink, like when they get under pressure, they're like, it can't be simple stuff, it's gotta be more than that. And so Wyatt just took the 2 relays, just went like that, and then says, all right, turn it over, just see me turn it over, and then...
Yo! Hey guys, good job!
After the first car started, I was thinking, we got this.
Sometimes it'll be the simplest damn thing, but you'll be looking totally elsewhere. So luckily there was 3 brains, and that way one could be looking at schematics, and then the other one could be looking for things unplugged, and then one guy will be looking for a switch that says off, and it should be on.
With the car that I was on, we had John look at all the fuses and everything.
It's blown.
It was just a blown fuse, so we had to figure out which fuse it was, and as soon as we did, we replaced it and it started right up.
When the second red car started, I'm thinking, we don't got this.
Come on, move!
Seems like on each challenge, they start out a little bit ahead of us, but then they run into something that holds them back a little bit.
It gets to their head and then they choke.
We were right on their tail. We had it figured out down to fuel. There was no power going back to the pump.
It's a pressure gauge thing. Time went on, it was taking too long.
All hands on deck, get after, make these cars run. Everybody dive in. Let's go.
So Clay yells all hands on deck, and the whole red team jumps in on our car. The whole blue team jumps in on their car. Turns out Victor found out that the plug had actually been undone. Go try it. Boom, next thing we know, our car fires off. Then Chris runs down to the board. It's set up like most people set their tool boards up in the shop with a silhouette. So all he's got to do is grab the tools right out of the box, match it up with a hook, and we're done.
We worked as hard as we could. We just didn't get the job done. Once again,
Another blue team failure. Champagne wishes and caviar dreams. Undefeated.
3-0 and it feels great. It's pretty awesome to be on the team that right now is ahead.
All right, blue team, I don't want you to get down on yourself. You're not over, you're not out of this deal.
We need hours. It doesn't matter how good you are. You can't build a car within 20 hours.
Big John, come here for a second. This is serious. What do you got behind your neck?
Safety glasses.
Safety glasses. How many people on this team had safety glasses? Blue team, who did not have on safety glasses?
All of us.
All of you. All right, both teams have just lost 5 hours.
One of the big rules at UTI is safety glasses. We all assumed since it's not going to be an active lab at the time, we didn't need them. They came back and bit us in the ass.
I don't think the blue team's going to catch up. I really don't. They can't cooperate. They can't communicate good enough. They can't get along good enough. There's too many cooks in the kitchen.
Coming up next on Burnout.
If you are interested in being one of the drivers of the vehicles for Burnout, we'll be meeting in the student lounge.
Do you have a driver's license? Come on down.
If it goes down like this, where somebody else is going to come in and drive our car, I'm not going to build it.
I understand it's bore times stroke times point. 7854. Basically what I need you to explain is like what exactly these numbers mean.
I'm tutoring Justine because she bombed her final. So what exactly is the problem that you want to get help with?
Okay, that. Compression ratio. Like, I understand the numbers that I have to enter, but I don't understand why.
I guarantee if she fails again, I don't think she's gonna stay on the show. I don't want her to leave the team. We need everybody. We're gonna get this done so she's not off the team. Here's the notes. Epic.
There's some notes.
Penis.
That's a hand truck, not a penis.
Look at it.
Fun.
Hand truck or penis?
It's a hand truck.
Oh, she's awesome. She's like my sister. Me and her always talk. Excited for Vegas?
This is gonna be my first time at Vegas. I'm gonna be 21. Have you ever been?
No.
In Vegas, as far as I know, we're going to a drag show. It was a pun.
Have your attention for a moment. If you are interested in being one of the drivers of the vehicles for Burnout, we'll be meeting in the student lounge and after class.
Do you have a driver's license? Come on down. It's utter to me to pick anyone in the school to drive the car that we're building.
If it goes down like this, where somebody else is going to come in and drive our car, I'm not going to build it.
I don't give a now. I'm not driving it. I don't care if it's a Cajun or not. People are filling out a piece of paper or whatever about drag race experience. I don't know if they're going to interview them or just pick them their names out of a box.
So we're gonna talk to Clay in Vegas about this third-party driver situation. Blue team and the red team both don't like the idea of somebody not associated with the teams driving our cars.
And there's no guarantee they pick out a driver that doesn't have a red shirt hidden underneath.
Oh, yeah. Exactly.
To drive our car.
Sabotage is also a big issue. If our car is gonna blow up, I'd rather have one of our guys blow it up. Right now, morale's a little bit low because, you know, we keep losing challenges, plus the stress of everything. We still don't have any parts in, and now we can't even pick our own driver. I'm starting to wonder if we'll have a finished car or even a full team on race day.
Coming up next on Burnout.
Y'all are gonna get to come with us right up to the staging lanes. Burnout! We're gonna be with this team as close as we can get you up there. Holy sh**.
Waking up at butt crack of dawn this morning, all that good stuff. Being here makes it 100% worth it.
So the Burnout competitors can see how a professional race team operates. They get to spend the day with Clay and Nitro Funny Car driver Cruz Petragon.
This is freaking amazing.
All right, guys, everybody made it to Vegas, right? Yeah! Today, this is your car, and you're part of this team. I am so glad to have y'all here and be part of this whole thing. Come here. Sign it. Blue team, red team. You're going to sign this car and you're riding down the racetrack. Sign on your side of the car. Come on up. Come on up.
Signing the car was one of the best things because that showed that we were part of that car. That was us. That was all us.
It was really cool that there was my name on this car that was about to go 300 miles an hour.
It was awesome. I'm proud to have signed it.
Y'all are going to get to come with us right up to the staging lanes. We're going to be with this team as close as we can get you up there. Y'all are going to get to experience some nitro. And I want you to know that your Burnout team has got this car currently qualified in the number 5 position. soon as we run, I really suggest that y'all come right on back and you find out how the best team in the business, and that's the Burnout team, services this car to get it ready for the next run. Everybody come in here, put her in here. Come on, everybody. 1, 2, 3.
We followed Clay all the way through the pit lane, right up to the staging area, right up to the burnout box. We got to stand basically right behind his car whenever he made his first pass.
TV will never ever do a top fuel car justice in its sound that it makes, but until you go see a top fuel car, you'll never understand how loud it actually is.
It's more than the sound that's startling, it's what you feel. It's so loud that it just shakes you from the inside out.
The nitromethane that they burn, it smells really, really good, but it burns.
The only way I can explain it is that it smells like burnt racing fuel. It just smells like heaven.
Holy they just disappeared.
I know, it's just like loud and then.
Clay's first pass, he lit up his tires about half track. It was due to all the oil downs, but hell, that's racing.
So much oil dry had been put down, all this wind blowing. My gut feel is we might have had a little bit of track issue. We were either going to be heroes and show off for you guys, or we were going to smoke the tires. And I'm not saying we're a zero, because this group right here, we're a winning team. How about this? Have y'all ever seen anything like that? Before I went in and got my fire suit off and fixed myself a ham and cheese sandwich, the motor's already apart. That's how quick they are.
It was amazing. It was seriously like clockwork. They were like bees. Like when bees, you know, are all working together in the hive, you think that everybody'd run into each other, but no.
Teamwork's what makes that happen. That's what this is all about. You guys learning what it takes to be the best, because you can be the best. And you know what? Y'all all got your name on the best car in the business right there. How about that?
So after we finished watching Clay's team tear down his motor, we all made our way over to the Snap-on pit area to hang out with Cruz Petragon.
I just want to say one thing to you guys. I know the blue team's down a little bit here, but like us, let me tell you, this season, if you guys follow the NHRA, our season started out dead, dismal, kaput.
I've been a part of 2 championships, which championships are hard to win. It's going to take everything I ever learned in those first championships and then some to be able to pull it off again.
So I just want to say to you guys, especially the blue team, hang in there, be the guy that comes from behind, be the underdog, be the team that comes back and says, you know what, we told them we could do it and we did it.
Cruz gave us some words of encouragement. We don't need someone saying, oh, Blue, you're sucking, but you're gonna do good. We know we're gonna do good. We're gonna come back and kick the red team's ass.
Clay pulls us back into the pit one more time. Starts talking to us about the driver situation, which has been a real hot button around campus lately.
I know there's been a lot of grief going on because I'm looking for a driver from within UTI. Been a lot of griping, yes? Yes. I've been punishing y'all just a little bit. The reason is, to be the best, you gotta find the best. I do everything I can do to be the driver of this car, and I work at being the driver of this car. I want 3 people from each team. You guys will have a shot at being the driver. Does that sound good?
Finally, he's come to his senses, because that's the way it should have been from the get-go.
Here's the deal. We are headed to the Bob Bondurant driving school, where I'll make the final decision who drives y'all's race car. Crew chiefs, pressure's back on you. Sun's going down. It's the end of the day. Chops, Chris, names right now. Let's go.
Go ahead, ladies first. He asked us pretty much on the spot, give me your names of your drivers, and the blue team captain, Chops, obviously hadn't been considering who was going to drive his car. It's something that's been on my mind since day one.
Give me your drivers.
James, Victor, and Darren.
Come around here with me, guys. Chops?
Wyatt, Brandon, and Chris.
Although it was kind of stressful just for a minute of who's going to do it, now it's kind of a sigh of relief now that we have a little bit of a chance to pick our guy.
The 6 of you and 4 people from the school will compete to be the drivers. The best driver may not be in these 2 classes. That we're going to find out. Let's go make a pass.
Yeah! Next time on Burnout, the Ultimate Drag Race Challenge. That driving out there was piss poor quality. I would be very, very scared to be out there in a car with a motor with you guys.
We really need to get a game plan though, Chop.
If there's nothing to be done, there's nothing to be done.
It's time to build a car here, and the goof around time is over.
Take the trash out, Chops.
I'm busy doing this.
Ain't doing
Everybody, go home. Day's over.